members of the committee. I would earlier been invited to come before you. Due to exigency of duty, it was impossible. I was either in the northeast or southeastern Nigeria, or better still in the south-south, trying to ensure stability within Nigeria. Today, I had the opportunity to come before you. This morning, I had other security chiefs visiting me on the same major issue, which borders on security, internal security of Nigeria. Even the blind man knows there are problems of internal security in Nigeria. So I think it suffices to explain to this Honorable House my apparent inability to be here when so demanded. I've had the opportunity, and here I am before you. I believe we'll continue to remain partners in progress. We'll continue to work for the Nigerian people. The way you work for the Nigerian people is the same way I equally work for the Nigerian people.
It is commonly practiced here that while documents are submitted and the person who did the submission of this document stands before the committee, what you are expected to do now is to make a presentation of the submissions that you already made beforehand. Because members have read through the submissions, members may have questions. It is also possible that these submissions were made by somebody else, maybe not the Chief of Army Staff. But now that the Chief of Army Staff is here, he should speak to the documents as submitted by his office. So with the kind permission of the chairman and honorable members of this committee, I think the Chief of Army Staff at this point should speak to the presentation, make the presentation as to the document that is being submitted to this committee before we can now throw the needed questions. Thank you, honorable members.
You may wish to recall that the Chief of Army Staff took over mantle of leadership barely 2 months ago. The period for which you wanted this report, having been summarized in the executive summary, explains whatever details you will require. Issues of procurement that you so demand to get to know were done by specific individuals. I would rather prefer you call these individuals to better explain to you very specific issues. The general issues have been contained in the report, and a summary, an executive summary, is so contained, it goes to speak about the entire report and explains it. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, my point of order is we cannot speak on this document. It's not before us. My colleague, Priye, raised an issue, a very sensitive issue, that the Chief of Staff should go through what they submitted to be sure that these documents came from his office, and that he has to officially only talk before Nigerians before we can speak on these documents.
Of the armed forces, I present myself as your Chief of Army Staff to get to meet you, and you get to know me as well. The essence of this visit is operational. The idea is to motivate you. In the last few days, we had attacks in your area of responsibility. It is now high time we get back and fight through and support our forces ahead of you. Areas around Marte, Chukungudu, Kerenua, up to Kita will go must be cleared. in the next 48 hours, you'll be rest assured of all the support required in this very onerous task. I've just spoken to your theater commander, general officer commanding. You cannot let this nation down. You must go there and do the needful, and I'll be right behind you. Having said that, be rest assured of all the support required. I will ensure you do your job and do your job well. They have presented certain issues that came up. Overstay of soldiers, sooner rather than later, we will address. Where there are no adequate A and B vehicles, we will provide. With those few remarks, I wish you well on the operation, and I know the morale remains high. How's the morale?